12 News, your election headquarters. Sponsored by Nature's Federal Credit Union.
From Rogers Park in Beaumont to the Public Library in Port Arthur and across Southeast Texas, voters turned out in full force this Tuesday. 12 News has you covered as votes are counted in closely watched Republican and Democratic primary showdowns. Good evening from your election headquarters. I'm Cladra Rhodes. We have our reporters spread out across Southeast Texas today covering all of the hot races, but let's start with some developing news out of Dallas. We know that a man was arrested outside Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's election event in Dallas with a large amount of ammunition. No one was hurt, but security is tight. Back here at home, we're tracking the race for Commissioner of Jefferson County Precinct 4. Incumbent Everett Bo Alford points to his experience. He's been in the position for 23 years, while A.J. Turner, who served as Beaumont Mayor Pro Tem for 5 years, says he's proven he puts constituents first. And in Orange County, where voters will choose their commissioner for Precinct 2, incumbent Chris Sowell is running for re-election, facing challenger Colleen Owens. Right now, Sowell leads with 84%, followed by Owens with 16%. Newton County officials are running into problems this election night. They say their ballot counter is broken. Let's get out to Spencer Plato right now for the latest.
Yeah, Cladra, I'm here in Newton with Lee Philyaw. And how are you feeling tonight? It's a big night.
It is a big night. We're ready to get it over with and find out what the people wanted to do. I'm really excited about it.
Absolutely. And so right now we're kind of experiencing a delay in results. What do you have as an update for us?
I really don't know. I heard that they did a download before they started counting and the counter crashed, and they're online with tech support, and I think they've got somebody on the way up here too to try to get it going. So we don't know anything yet.
Yeah, for sure. And so I know polls are closed. The results, they're getting counted. What do you want people to know about this experience for you?
It's been a good experience. I've got to get out, and I thought I knew most everybody in Newton County, but I found out right quick that I didn't know everybody, and it's been really neat to get out and meet new people. And I've even seen people I hadn't seen since the 70s that I went to school with and stuff, and that's been even better.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for talking with us.
You bet.
All right. And so earlier I did also speak with incumbent Judge Ronnie Cochran, and Cochran is asking for one more term. He says he wants to see growth for Newton County.
We've got high-speed internet all throughout Newton County, working on our roads, just making Newton County attractive. We've got enough water in the state to attract 2 or 3 data centers if they come. But we need to use the water to benefit Newton County rather than send it to out of town.
And like we did previously mention, we are told that results are being delayed in Newton County right now as the ballot counter is experiencing some issues. They did tell us that they're currently waiting for tech support to arrive. It might be a couple of hours before we actually see some results, but we will continue to monitor and keep you updated as we learn more. In Newton, Spencer Plato, 12 News.
And of course, we will update you guys as soon as we get those numbers coming into our newsroom. Thank you, Spencer. And in Jefferson County, it's looking like there may be an upset in the County Commissioner Precinct 4 race. Beaumont City Council member A.J. Turner is currently leading incumbent Bo Alford, who has served in the role for more than 20 years. A.J. Turner right now is in the lead with 57%, Bo Alford with 43, I should say, percent there. 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman spoke to Turner earlier tonight.
I'm here at Theodore Johns Library, and we're talking about the Jefferson County Commissioner Precinct 4 race now. Incumbent Everett Bo Alford points to his experience. He believes that is going to get him reelected. While I have AJ Turner joining me here. AJ, you are Mayor Pro Tem. You've served in that position for the past 5 years. You feel like that short time has proven you to be for the constituents, right? Can you tell me why you want this position?
Hey, Jube, how you doing? I think to say short time is a stretch because you graduate high school in 4 years, and 5 years is pretty long. But when it comes to experience, if experience is emerged with vision to create a bold thing for the future, it kind of doesn't match. Its experience only works when it's working for you. That's when it matters. And I appreciate the years of service that my opponent has put in. I think he's done some great things, and I respect him. But it's time for a change. It's time for fresh energy. It's time for fresh ideas. It's time for a fresh perspective. It's time for somebody to energize this community. And you can feel the energy out here at the polls. Look at the turnout. You can feel it.
AJ, what is one thing, you've done so much in your time with city, but we're going to move on to more rural areas of Precinct 4. What is one thing you really want to hit on if you get this seat?
One of the biggest concerns from walking those rural areas is listening to the people who live in those areas. One of the main concerns in the Fournette area was LaBelle Road. When I knocked on doors, neighbors said this is our major thoroughfare and it's so bad we have to ride in the middle of the street just to get down it. Another thing is Lawhorn Road, South China Road. When I talked to the residents in Cheeks, those were some of the concerns. And one of the biggest issues when it comes to projects coming into our community, like the carbon capture project, the CO2 project, residents felt like they felt voiceless, they felt unheard. And when you bring massive projects into the community, it's important to communicate with the residents in which the project could impact.
What is one thing you've learned from being on council as Mayor Pro Tem that you are planning to take into Precinct 4?
Neighborhood associations. It's important to bring the energy to your constituents. One thing I learned from being Mayor Pro Tem, the city of Beaumont is actually larger than the precinct that I'm going to be overseeing. So I learned how to stretch my abilities across the city of Beaumont. And I've also learned that if I can do that at the city level in a larger environment, I can definitely go to the county level and energize them and give them some face-to-face interaction with the elected officials that they're currently complaining about that they're not seeing. I think as elected officials, we should physically go to the people, not always expect them to come to us.
One more thing, AJ, talking about the turnout of today's election, since I've been here at 4, the lines have been out of the parking lot. You couldn't even park. People are parking down the street. You still have people kind of coming as they get off of work for this last-minute push. As a councilman now looking to this Precinct 4 seat, how does that make you feel about just the sheer turnout of your constituents from Beaumont now into Precinct 4?
I think competition is good. Sometimes we look at competition as a bad thing, but competition is a great thing because it brings out the best in the people that are actually competing. One thing about me, I get up when it comes to competition. I look forward to challenges. I look forward to doing things people say can't be done. Because with God, anything's possible. No man, no woman, if you follow God's word, anything is possible.
You also said, too, you wanted to kind of step down and give somebody else a chance to kind of lead the city of Beaumont, right?
I definitely believe in term limits. I think term limits is good because we have too much talent in Jefferson County and Beaumont alone for one person to be in the same spot for 20 plus years. I think it's important as elected officials we mentor and pass our knowledge and our buckets down to the people coming behind us and let them bring their fresh energy, ideas to the table and see can we enhance the community even better. If the mentor isn't willing to mentee the mentee and the mentee becomes better than the mentor didn't actually do their job.
Alrighty, thank you, Ebony. She also spoke with Alfred earlier today. Take a listen to his final message for voters.
Vote for a man that's going to move your county forward, continue, a man that has a word, and a man that delivers with trustworthy deliverance to the people, and belief in our county, and belief in the people of Jefferson County.
Again, Turner is in the lead, but more precincts still need to report. Let's take a look at the race for Jefferson County JP Precinct 4 race. Right now, incumbent Jesse Chesson is leading right now with 62% of the votes. Challenger Mo Malfino has 38% now. Chesson says his campaign is focusing on managing the court's workload, including addressing outstanding Class C warrants and strengthening relationships with law enforcement and the community. Now, he's also emphasizing continuing current operations effectively and ensuring the office operates with statutory limits. Now, in the Jefferson County JP Precinct 2 race, incumbent Joseph Guillory is taking an early lead, but it's close against competitors Brandon Bartee, son of former Port Arthur Mayor Thurman Bartee, and Ja'Cory Narcisse. Another big JP race in Jefferson County, the Democratic race for the Justice of the Peace Precinct 1 Place 2. Incumbent Ben Collins Sr. is neck and neck right now. And we're having some technical issues right now, but now we have the graphic for Ben Collins Sr., who was leading with 52% of the votes versus Stacey Lewis Jr. with 48%. Now, whoever wins will face Republican challenger and former Jefferson County JOP Chairman Joe Evans Jr. Hardin County residents voted on who will serve as their next Justice of the Peace Precinct 3. It's the largest precinct in Hardin County, encompassing a portion of Lumberton, Koontz, Wildwood, and more. Incumbent Judge Rod Owsley is seeking a second term, pointing to his law enforcement background and time on the bench. Now, right now, Owsley is leading with 59% of the votes. He's leading. Overstreet has 41%. Now, his challenger says he's running to strengthen the office's connection with the community and offer voters another option.
I believe the Justice of the Peace's office should have the closest relationship with the voters than any other county office. I've been lucky for the majority of my life that was the case, and I hope after this election, I hope we return to that.
Judge Rod Owsley says the position of Justice of the Peace not only requires community outreach, it also demands legal experience.
I'm a master peace officer, so that means that I had to study all of those classes and take the courses required, and 90% of them revolved around the Penal Code and the Code of Criminal Procedure and the Texas Rules of Evidence.
If reelected, Owsley says he wants to expand outreach to local students at Koontz and Lumberton ISD, both within the Precinct 3 lines of Hardin County. Over to Orange County now, where we're watching the race for Commissioner of Precinct 2. Incumbent Chris Sowell is running for re-election, facing challenger Colleen Owens. Now, Precinct 2 covers all of Mauriceville and Pinehurst, along with parts of Orangefield, Vidor, and Orange. You can see Sowell is leading this race right now with 84% of the votes, and Owens trailing with 16%. Sowell says the biggest concerns he hears from residents are road conditions and drainage. Now, when we spoke to him earlier today, he shared what he's looking forward to doing if reelected.
Economic growth and infrastructure improvements. We're making a big difference in our roads and our drainage in the community, and we're looking forward to continuing that and continuing the economic growth so we can continue to lower the tax burden on our citizens locally.
His opponent is Colleen Owens, and she told 12 News yesterday that she believes there should be more government transparency with the commissioner's court meetings and accessibility on the county's website.
The technology in Orange, as far as making things more available for Orange County citizens, it's not very user-friendly, the website. The meetings are held in the morning when people are at work. They're not videotaped, they're not live streamed.
She says residents have also shared ideas of beautification for the county and voiced their concerns about drainage and street repairs as well. And one of the hottest races in Southeast Texas is the Texas Senate District 3 race between Republicans Rhonda Ward and Trent Ashby. Right now, Ashby is leading with about 64% of the votes. That's about a fifth of the precincts reporting across East Texas. Rhonda Ward is trailing with 36% of the votes right now. We'll be sure to keep our eyes on this race. Now, one of the most watched state races is the primary battle for a seat in the United States Senate. Right now, Paxton is seeking to unseat Senator John Cornyn. He's been in the U.S. Senate for more than 20 years and is now seeking a fifth term in office. Congressman Wesley Hunt, who represents the Houston area, is also a challenger. Now, a poll from the Texas Politics Project at UT Austin shows Attorney General Ken Paxton with a 2-point lead on incumbent Senator John Cornyn, 36 to 34%. Congressman Wesley Hunt is polling at about 26%. With none of them clearing 50%, it may go to a runoff in May. Right now, John Cornyn leads with 43% of the votes, followed by Ken Paxton with 41%, a very close race here. Wesley Hunt has 13%. Now, on the other side, Democratic voters are also choosing their nominee. A recent poll finds Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett with a 12-point lead on State Representative James Tallarico. The winner of their race will go on to face the Republican candidate.
This may be a very close election, And it may hinge on who was allowed to vote or who wasn't allowed to vote in Dallas County. But I'm here to say, regardless as to whether or not it's close or not, this is wrong. If one person has the right to vote and they weren't allowed to cast their vote, we should all be standing together.
Now, with those early returns coming in, James Tallarico is in the lead with 53% of the votes. Jasmine Crockett trailing with 46%. Texans are also electing a new attorney general this year. On the Republican side of the primary, state senators Joan Huffman and Mays Middleton are running, along with former DOJ attorney Aaron Reeds and Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Right now, Mays Middleton is leading with 43% of the votes, followed by Chip Roy with 29% and Aaron Reeds there with 15% of the votes. Now, on the Democratic side, attorney Tony Box, former Galveston Mayor Joe Jaworski, and State Senator Nathan Johnson are looking to take the party nomination today. Right now, Nathan Johnson leads by 47%, followed by Joe Jaworski with 29% and Anthony Box with 24%. And we'll be live throughout the night as the results come into the newsroom. Join us on 12 News Plus again at 9:30, and we'll have a better look coming up.